Okay, is it back? Let me know. Hopefully. Oh, so you can hear me? Oh, sweet. Wow. Okay. Good. I was pretty worried. OBS wasn't responding. So, hey, let me just type in Discord. It's working again. Is that music too loud for you guys? Life's been great. How about you? All right. Hey Vadik. Sudeep. Awesome. Benjamin. Hey again, Patrick. All right, so I got something pretty exciting. Oh, so happy it's working. We are going to be... Can you unban me? Oh my god, that was ages ago. I think that was over some silly moderator thing. TBJBU2. Let me do that. So today we're going to be working on the game a month. Hey Sanjay, hey Tachi. So we're going to be working on the game a month. And I'm pretty excited. So we're making an archery. Due to the length time it took, you need to get us refreshed. Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry. Let me just re-link everyone. There we go. Okay. Hopefully everything's working. I'm still getting used to like making my phone internet work properly. What should I type? There we go. Okay, send. There we go. If you take over 1 minute, link needs refresh. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Matthew, didn't you say you make a course about level design or something? Well, I can't make it that quick. I'm not that fast. But I actually have something coming up. I don't want to announce it because, you know, I don't want a ton of expectations, but it's pretty cool, but it's in the background. Hey, Steven. So, today we're going to be working on the game a month. And it's kind of going to be a boss battle game. So I'm not sure if you're all aware of boss battle games. So let's see Titan Souls, for example. You know, like a Dark Souls boss battle, or maybe something from, yeah, I got Boss Rush. That's a good way to put it. It has something about trees. Yeah, it's all about the trees. Have you seen this game? Where you kind of fight bosses? So I thought for the game month it'd be fun to make a game where you play as an archer in third person and you have to fight bosses. I'm not taking this archery mechanic, it's going to be health based, so you don't just like one hit enemies. It's very cool. Check it out. It's called Titan Souls. But yeah, once again, I'm late on the game a month, so you know, we've got X amount of days to get it done, but we'll get it done as always. And what I need to get done today is actually the locomotion system and the archery attack system. So I'm going to be implementing all the animations. So at the moment, I've just got the basic run animation in, but you'll notice I don't have left, right, back, and all those type of animations. And I don't have my attack animation in yet. So we're going to be doing some, whoa, fall through the ground. We're going to be doing some animation setup. So let's open up this. Let me get this on the side. All right. Should make the camera. We will. So I'm going to set up the animations first, and then we're going to get into tweaking the camera, because I don't want the player at the center. I want the player to be able to actually see where the projectiles are going. So it's going to be, the character will probably be off to the left a little bit. Oh, the journey to Steam. That's a whole story in itself. Let me set up... Hey, Lazaru. Let me set up this as we kind of talk about it. That's going to be difficult to talk about. Hold on, real quick. Journey to Steam is just a game that kind of went on hold. It's currently kind of being produced. That game's being produced just in different circumstances under a different kind of company. So yeah, I kind of talked about it in another video, but for now I'm going to focus on the game. Okay, so what do we have here? This is the blend space for the animations. And if I open it up, you'll see if we go from speed 0 to about 200, you can walk. And then if we go all the way to 600, you go into a run animation. So that's really cool. But what we're missing is we're missing directional movement. So what happens when you want to move left and right? And that's what we're going to be setting up, as well as the attack. So what I have here is some animation data, which is really great. Just a motion capture animation pack. And we're going to start with the walking. So I'm going to need walk back. So I'm just going to type walk. And let's grab walk back and see what that looks like. So you'll see the character will start walking back here. So when the speed is around, where is it? There it is, 180 there, and it's that direction. I'm gonna chuck this one over here as well. And let's test that out. Well, that one didn't work. Oh, I know why. I'll fix that in a moment. It kind of worked. What was that? That's really odd. Let's see. So let's walk back. So we got idle, walk back. Why wouldn't that work? Let me double check I've got everything correct. Hey Brink. Releasing a fan game. Oh gosh, not. I don't know. I don't really want to give any advice. I don't think it's a bit risky releasing a fan game, right? Maybe you're better off making like a spiritual, or maybe not successor, but like something different that will kind of pay homage to the game you like. So if you say you really liked Ratchet and Clank, you don't just rip off Ratchet and Clank and try and make the next Ratchet and Clank. Make something similar, something you can be proud of, something that won't get you in trouble. And I think that's a better option. Unfortunately, I see all these games being made, like Sonic fan games, and the companies that take them down, they're just trying to protect their assets. So, oh, Star Wars. No. Disney, you do not want to get involved with that. All right, let me figure out what's happening here. So I've got walk. Let me put in my walk left and walk right and see what's happening. Weird. What am I doing wrong? So that's speed. And that's direction. Huh. So idle, walk forward. It might not be, yeah, it might be. That might be the problem. Let me see. So what I was doing, let's have a look. So I'm getting the velocity of the character, getting the actor rotation, the distance. All right, let's print that. I don't think it's this, because I was testing it before and it seemed to be working fine, but you know what? Let's test it. So forward, back minus, left minus, right positive 80. So let's have a look at this. So that's negative 80. Direction 90. And which animation are we using there? Walk right. Okay. Hey Fishy. Oh, that's good. I'm glad it's a more reasonable hour. I'm gonna try and stream at a reasonable time. So yeah. Well, reasonable for me as well, right? Let me just set up the other ones, because this is kind of odd for me. I've done this quite a few times before. So let's just see what's happening. So usually what I'd do is I'd put the run to the right. So I'd have walk right and run right. Let me just make sure that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's L. Weird. Yeah, this is actually my second stream, so welcome. We're currently trying to we're trying to implement running. Hey, Surviving Adapter. How's it going? Don't make a fan of Nintendo. Yeah, exactly. Your direction value might not be correctly calculated. It might not be. Okay. Oh, wait. Did I mess something up here? Use your left animation for right. Positive direction is right. Oh, are you saying I have these in the wrong place? Potentially. Based off that. But even so, they're actually not playing, which is really weird. I feel like what did I mess up? That's why you always do fast and yeah, it's weird. I've done this quite a few times before, so let me double check what I'm doing here. I don't want to just try and guesswork this. So I've got idle and idle because the speed is 0. That's my logic there. Oh, you know what? I am so stupid. I am so silly. This isn't the problem. You need a gamepad to be able to walk. You need to tilt the gamepad stick slightly forward to walk. And because I'm using WASD, I'm just running. So these walk animations won't show up. So that's that was really silly of me to even try to get the walk in. So on Paul, it's actually because I'm just using WASD instead of a joystick. Let me do the running. That was funny. Oh, that's so silly. Okay, let's just chuck that in. And that in. Yep. Exactly. That was bad. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's better. That's better. It's actually working, everyone. Ooh. That was actually easier than I thought. So cool. If you played this on a gamepad, what would happen is you'd be able to tilt the left stick a little bit and the character would walk. And then they would walk side to side and all that stuff. This is cool. Okay, so let's have a look and see how that plays out. Hey, ProMaster. Thanks. It is one of those games you want to play on a gamepad. So in terms of the animation speed and all that, we're going to mess around with that after. What I'm going to do is add the attack in, because that's going to be quite fun. And we'll kind of polish it all after. So for me to add that attack in, we need to go back into the anim graph. Now, I'm kind of new to animation montages. Hey, Marin. Yeah, we're going to edit all that after. So in terms of the movement, we're going to adjust the speed and all that stuff once I get the attack in. So what we're going to do is set up, I think it's called a slot. Yes, default slot. There we go. And this is going to hold information for our animation montage. I'm not an expert at these. So we're going to basically call an animation montage and it's going to play through here. And it isn't going to work how you expect it to. Let me just show you what will probably happen and then we'll adjust it after. So let me just open up the character. I was about to say, don't you dare start using... Oh, is that you, Paul? Is that you, Taco? Take here? What's this game about? Oh, I see. This game is going to be a boss battle game. So I'm currently setting up the Archer character. I saw another comment. Quince, good morning. Couldn't you just assign a second key? Yeah, we could, right? We could just make it like you press shift and then you can walk. But just for the time being, I'm going to leave it as is so we can get some of the gameplay in. So let's go to attack. Okay, here's attack. We're going to just do something very simple. I've already set it up so I have a reference to my animation montage. I did that in begin play. So let's grab the anim reference. I think it's called play montage or montage play. And we're going to call this Archer attack, which I set up over here. So the character should just do this. Hopefully. Yastron, use Blender. Make one of the bosses a giant watermelon. Nice. How did you learn to use that much? Oh, I've just been using blueprints for a while, but I'm still learning new things. Like, I didn't really know about animation montages till the other day. Okay, so let's see what happens. Great. So you left click and they attack. You want to see something funny? Now we're going to slide attack, which is not what we want. We want to be able to move and shoot, but we don't want our character to, you know, slide around everywhere. So we're going to make it so we can blend between this. I believe we're going to blend it. So everything above the spine will do the arrow attack. Korean wave dashing as you attack. Nice. So let's go into here. In order to do this, it's a bit weird. You got to make this a variable. And to do that, you got to cache it. Sorry if I pronounce that horribly. This will just be the locomotion cache, and then I'm going to call the locomotion cache. And what we're going to do is we're going to blend it. Boy Pro Fun. Oh, thanks. Thanks for checking out the stream. Glad you're here. The environment is beautiful. Oh, wow. Thanks, Quim. I kind of just chucked this together because... as always, I am very late with doing my game a month. And actually, if you're curious about doing this yourself, I ended up using this thing called Soul Cave. So Soul Cave is a bunch of assets from Epic Games. And you get these nice rocks and trees, and you get these nice pieces that you can kind of put together and make a little arena out of. So, if you want to mess around with that, just get the Soul Cave on the Epic Store. It's completely free, and you can make a fun little map like this. Where are you getting the assets from, such as this? Oh yeah, so just as I explained, this is Soul Cave from the marketplace. All right, so now we're going to do something called layered bone. I think it is layered. There it is. Layered blend bone. Layered blend per bone. Sorry, and we're going to do something cool where, as I mentioned, I don't fully understand everything here, but we can type in a bone on the skeleton, such as the spine, and the animations for the archer attack will play separately to the legs. So the character will actually be able to run around and shoot, and you kind of blend both animations together. So I'm just going to grab the name of this spline 01. I'm going to click here. I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to throw this into the final animation pose. So let's check this out. Hopefully this works. So I attack. Oh, there's one other thing I need to do. There's something about, where is it? Oh, this one. There's a detail here about the mesh rotation, which is I always forget about that. All right, so we can shoot, and now see, we can run and we can also shoot. How cool is that? I love this whole animation montage thing. I didn't really know much about it. So you can, like, if you can see here, we're blending both, which is very cool. And it's not just for this. We can actually blend things like jumping, which is very cool. All right, let me just check out the chat. So, where do you get Quim? Hey, does Game of Month have a... Oh no, so there's no theme for the jam. I literally sat down and was thinking, okay, I need to create something. I was going to create a kind of multiplayer style game with Ray, but like, we just don't have the time. So I thought, all right, let's just, let's do like a boss battle game. So you feel free to do anything you want. Game of Month is actually, I didn't create it at all. It's by a guy, I forget his name, but if you type in Game of Month on Google, you'll see all the results. Steven, hey Matt, any chance one day you could do a real-time strategy game? For sure, I'd love to do that. I really love Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, Warcraft and Starcraft and all those games. So definitely. How can I model modular building? Should they make with boxes or planes? It really depends on the part. Use both. Total Tom, are you going to keep the stream on your channel? Yes, I will. Insulin, stop, this is witchcraft. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And how simple is that, right? You just have 2 animations and you can blend them together. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make this feel a lot better and look better. Now, I don't know about you or how all of you feel, but I don't like that the archer is taking up the middle of the screen because I can't really aim. So I'm thinking about moving the camera a bit to the right. So let's try that out. Itachi, I use this from... Oh, nice. That's awesome. Okay. So let's work together on this. Where do we want the camera to be? You know what? I don't know. Let's just try something and see if it looks good or not. Let's move to the right. Does anyone have like a golden rule for this? For where the camera... Whoa, that's weird. Is that feels way too far right? I don't know. That looks... It feels weird now. I can't explain it. Maybe it's because I'm on full screen. By the cheek and above, over the shoulder. Yeah. Move it closer to the character. I feel like I'm really far away. Oh, you think it should be pulled away? Interesting. I thought it was too far away. You know what? Let's try both. Let's try both. So let's try a value of say 150. Maybe that's too close. 200. Okay, that's like Gears of War close. Really close. It looks like Anthem. Does it? Is that because of the view? You know what? Let me get rid of this because that's just blocking our view. Let's have a look properly. Okay, so is this the kind of Anthem camera? Move the camera up close to the character. Maybe rotate the character. It looks very cinematic. Hey Clinton, how's it going? So let's move it up a bit and see what we think. That's very weird. I feel like the camera's a bit too close now. That's pretty cool. Let me get rid of this print string because that's just bothering. That's upsetting the view. We don't need it. Okay. Is your game stuttering or is it the stream? It might be the stream. What do you mean by stuttering, Paul? Is something wrong? Move to the left. Mookie. Oh, do you think I should move the camera to the left?
You're so just crazy. About you.
It's a bit laggy. Okay, let me see. I don't have anything else open that would be causing this lag. I'll just have a look. Might be some stress on your CPU. Oh, interesting. Okay. I think UE4 puts stress on the... Let me close Discord as well, just in case that's causing any problems. Okay, let's get back to the character. So everyone is saying, let's see, if you look at the character firing up, raise the camera. What else are people saying? Let's see. So, camera angles. This feels better than before. Not sure if it's fully optimal, but it feels a lot better at the moment. It's weird how much of a different game it feels like when you just move the camera. Discord isn't very good at performance. So yeah, I closed a bunch of the programs, everyone, and the stream is green for me now. So it was probably just because I had too many programs open in the background. All right. The character mesh is too far up. It's I haven't fully set up the environment collisions properly. So the character's actually it does touch the ground when it's like on a flat surface. Well, not there. Hold on. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, I probably got to move it down, but there are some real problems with this collision mesh. Like see here, it's fine. It's really weird, but I'll fix it up. Widen the camera angle slightly. So you're suggesting that we go for a wider FOV. So at the moment it's 40. Do you suggest we maybe make it 100? Let's try that out. And yeah, crosshair is a great idea. So that's 100. And let me change it back to 90. Maybe we'll try 95. Stream is going much more smoother. Oh, good. I'm glad, Fishy. Camera's giving me Warframe. So is Warframe like zoomed in like this? So I changed it to 95. Let me know what you think. Is that a bit better? It feels really cool to run around with this camera angle. I can't explain why. It just feels very cinematic to run forward. Maybe this is my whole game. You just run forward with this camera angle and I just make a nice environment. No, that's quite boring. Okay, so. Hey Ovidie, how's it going? Looks much better. 90 seems better and more cinematic. This is the difficult thing, right? We've all got different tastes. So it's going to be hard to figure that one out. Let's see. Thanks, Sean. I'm glad it's better. Two Seans. It's the camera angle makes everything full cooler. Yes. You know, speaking of flips, we actually do have some cool jump animations that I want to implement. So let's have a look into that. We're getting good look at the... So you reckon I should aim the camera downwards? Let me see what you mean. Add camera effects while running. We'll add lens flares as well. We'll just make it a J.J. Abrams thing. We're using Unreal at the moment, Mookie. Alright, so let's mess around with this. We go to the anim graph. And we're going to go to the locomotion state machine. So we have a few jumps. Hey, Axis Animations, how's it going? Small explosions instead of footsteps. Yes. I think you like it because it's unconventional, but it's unconventional because for actual gameplay it might be too obstructive. Yeah, we'll figure that out when we get to the gameplay, right? So for now, the camera angle's fun, and then when we get to gameplay we might not like it. But right now, we'll just mess around and see what works. So that's the normal jump. But I'm pretty sure there's a cool... See this? How do you guys feel about a flip? as opposed to just a normal jump. Did you ever use your Houdini license? Oh gosh, that was a long time ago. That was when I won the Epic Mega Jam back in 2017. That license expired, and I don't remember. I think I experimented a little bit. Blur the cameras on the edges. That could be cool. How many different attacks are you going to add? For now, we're just going to focus on one. We're going to make the character feel amazing to run around with, and then we're going to look into like adding the boss and stuff. But tonight, my pure focus is on making the character fun to mess around with. All right, let's try the flip out. Let's see how it goes. So I believe that was Jumpo 1. I added some variables in here before, so let's have a play with them. So let's go transition up and transition down. When the jump is equal to true, we will do a jump, and when it's equal to false, we will leave the jump. Flip please. I do not have any sideway flips for animations, but we'll try and make this work. I believe, okay, I was testing this out before. So let me show you. Have you guys messed around with the anim notifies? They're very cool. Let's go to the event graph. So anim notifiers, you can basically, they're kind of like custom events you throw in here, and then you can call them over here. So if I call jump, anim notify jump, I could make my character ragdoll in midair, for example. It's very cool. I like to use them. They're quite fun. So let's go to the character. Do I have jump? Let's see. It's moving around. Okay. So we're going to set jump to true. What do we got? Do you use any kind of C++ or do you stick with blueprints? Yeah, so I stick with blueprints, and I've enjoyed using blueprints, and I've been using them for quite a long time. I'm currently working. Hey, it's looping, but it works. So I'm currently working as a lead Unreal Engine 4 developer, which is crazy. And yeah, I purely use blueprints, so it's good. Hey, let's awkwardly flip everywhere, because why not? Low poly mobile games. I mean, you can do it in Unreal or you can do it in Unity. The only downside of Unreal is the packaging size, but they may have addressed that because Fortnite is on mobile, and I know they've been working on their compression. So yeah, I'm not sure about Unreal Mobile. I have developed for Unity Mobile, so I can definitely recommend that. So let's see. Let's add the actual jump. So this is inbuilt into Unreal, which is great. And see what happens. Press play. Ooh. Hold on, let me swap that out so we don't keep jumping everywhere. Hold on. Oh, I know why we're jumping everywhere. So if you see here, I've got this thing set up so you can stop jumping around this frame. So let's just move this over here. And in the Archer, I'm going to go to the event graph and call stop jump. And we're just going to set jump to false. So this is why I like using the anim notifies. All right, let's have a look. Cool. Now we just need a fall animation. So jump. So this is another thing as well. You notice the jump's a bit weird. With the character, they don't actually start. You don't want the character to really start jumping till around here. So I'm gonna call this in the animation blueprint, which is really weird, but let's see what it looks like. And I'm gonna get a reference to the player. So see how they go down, then they jump up, as opposed to just flipping out. And now what we need an animation for when they fall, because at the moment they kind of go to this awkward falling idle pose, which is a bit weird. Do you just make dev or do you do modeling? So I do development and I do a lot of tech art and a lot of different roles. Nowadays, I don't focus on art too much just because I like to focus on a few different areas. It can be really hard to try and work on all the areas at once. What else do we have? Have you used the newer play montage node? Are you talking about this node by any chance? I'm not sure if that's the node you mean, but I just started using it. Use local state machine transition from jump to idle in the end animation. We could do that. We'll see. We'll see. What is the best way to learn blueprints? Oh gosh, that's a big question. I don't really. Oh, Patrick, yes, I will save the stream. I don't really know the best way to learn blueprints. I just know how I learnt it. So, like, I get that question a lot. What's the best way to learn blueprints? I literally opened Unreal and I wanted to learn how to turn a light on and off. So I learned how to do that. And then I wanted to learn how to make like a kind of little adventure game where you could turn a light on and off, and then you could collect a key and open a door. So I learned about how collisions work and all that in UE4. So, and then from there I started, I wanted to do like a top-down Diablo thing. So I learned how to point and click and move around. So basically my curiosity led me to different places, and that's how I learned how to use Unreal Engine 4. And after that, I started doing Let's Create, which is, I'm trying to find the animations. There should be a jump loop. There it is. So after that, I started doing Let's Create just to share what I learnt. And that's kind of it. I just kept on going and going, and this is where I'm at now. So I don't actually want to transition after stop jump. I want to do something else. So do I have loop? Might have to retarget this animation. So let me retarget this. Oh, I might have to set up the skeleton. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to select humanoid rig. Save. I better check the other rig as well. If you make a little bit of models, which software do you use? I use Blender. I really like Blender. It's free, and outside of just being free, I find the new Blender 2.8 to be very intuitive. The unwrapping tools are great. I've enjoyed the sculpting tools. Of course, you're not going to get something as in-depth as ZBrush because it's not focused purely on sculpting. Blender does multiple things, but I think for what it is, it does a fantastic job at modeling, animation, rigging, and sculpting. I think it's great. Axis animations you can snap on the grid. What do you mean? Eve Render is marvelous, yes. Hey 11 alt. Do you want to learn blueprints? There's a great thanks, thank you. Okay, where were we? We were going to go in here. I was going to go to the skeletal meshes. I'm going to check out the skeleton. I'm going to make sure it has a select humanoid rig. And hopefully we can retarget this. Yes, we can retarget. Oh, it didn't show up in the preview, so it might not work. We'll see. Oh, it worked. Oh, what is that? What is happening with that arm? That is not good. We'll work that out. Let's see what comments we have here. Wow, there's so many people. This is so cool. How do you change Unreal Man later with a real character? Never understood how this is done. Oh, that's really simple. You just make a skeletal mesh, you click here, and then you change it. So, you know, make another character and chuck the skeletal mesh in there. Oh, I mean, there's more details than that, but Literally, to change the character, you just do that. Okay, so where was I? We made this, we kind of duplicated his loop, right? But the skeleton that we have has a little bit of a problem. So let me see that everything is aligned properly, assigned properly, I should say. So I'm going to bring them kind of side by side, just so I can see this. And let's figure out what the problem is, because I'd love to use that fall animation. Will you continue the Let's Create series? I have something interesting coming up. I don't want to reveal any details, but there might be something for anyone who misses Let's Create coming up in the near future. So yeah. Cool, but the skeleton and everything else has to be the same, right? So if you bring in your own skeleton mesh, it doesn't have to be the same. You only want it to be the same if you want to use the same animations. What else do we get? Would there be a chance of you eventually doing a game kind of like sort of stealth? So last month I did a stealth game. That was Blade Construct. So if you go on my YouTube page, you'll be able to see Blade Construct. How's the stream going for you guys, by the way? For me, OBS has been green ever since I closed Discord. So I can't believe how many resources Discord uses. We got the neck, we got the hand. So this all seems fine to me. What did that comment just say? Where was it? You may need to change the mesh bone to skeleton. Mesh bone, mesh bone. I feel like I'm missing something there. 40 years later, I'm still self-taught, only watching. That's great. Sati? Strata, what do you mean by Sati? Does that mean something? Stream has been going rather well. I'm glad. We're getting through all the technical hurdles, so it's good. Okay, let's go and figure out how we can fix this. Wait. Oh wait, no, that's not the one I created, is it? No. For a second there, I thought it was all good. Okay. Yeah, I enabled low latency mode because I didn't want anything to be slow.
You're so just crazy.
Go to the mesh tab where it shows the bones. All right, let's do that. So mesh tab. Whoops. Let me re-enable this. All right, so in the mesh tab. So you reckon there's a problem with the bones that I've set up? What else do we have? You could do a focusing on the camera, like blurring the sides. Yeah, that could be fun. Blur the sides of the camera. I'm just figuring out this issue right now. So that works perfectly fine there. But when I created this one, it didn't. Why do you need to retarget the animation? Yeah, so let me show you why. Well, maybe I don't need to, but for some reason it wasn't showing up. Let me see if it does show up. Oh, will that work? I couldn't... Yeah, so... I think the skeleton is slightly different that I have here. So I needed to retarget the animation to work. Change the bone from animation to skeleton. Where did I put that animation? There it is. Compare the skeletons. If they're identical, you can delete one and place it with the other. Yeah. Let's have a look. So that's the main character. Skeleton. I mean, they should be identical. It doesn't make any sense that they're not. You know what? I have an idea. Let's throw in the original mannequin and see if the animations work on it. So, yeah. Let's go to this, and let's throw on the archer. Did I call it archer? No. It does not work. Delete one, then you get a window telling you if the bones are missing. Do you know how to make an effects in game old TV? You'd probably have to look into some post-processing shader effects. Matt, why don't you make more levels for your game a month and publish them on Steam? The reason I don't do that is because I'm actually working on some commercial products, and game a month is simply just something fun for me to do each month to upgrade skills. So for this game a month, I'm learning some cool new animation stuff that I haven't really done before, too much of. And I'm kind of distracted, so I'm not really reading what I should be doing. Let me just look into this really quickly and redo this. Deleting that asset made the stream go into red. That's not good at all. Okay, so modify pose, use parent pose. Modify pose, okay, let me see. Third person. There it is. Let me see what this does. Okay, so the character actually showed up this time, which it didn't before. That's interesting, it actually showed up this time. Let me just see what happens now, if it's going to give the same result. It is going to give the same result, okay. I was just curious. So somebody mentioned that you can use current pose. So modify pose, use current pose, Control S. Actually, I'm not going to delete that because last time I deleted it, it made the stream freeze a little bit. I could try and assign this a new skeleton, but I don't want to break everything. I wonder if that would work though, if we assigned it. Current skeleton, SK underscore. You know what? Just for the time being, so we can get the stream moving, I'm just going to use this animation here and we'll make it better later because I don't want to waste everyone's time right now. I just want to dive into the work and off stream, I'll make it better. So let's go into the character and let's use that animation we have for the falling for now. So we're going to chuck in the jump loop and we're going to make it so when the character is falling that we're going to make this play. So let's do this, and I want one from here, and I want one back there. And I'm going to delete that. So we're going to transition from here into this one. And then what I'm going to do is check when we're falling. I don't think we can just put is grounded, because you can't do that. So we need to set it up here. So let me get the player is grounded. And I'm going to permit this to a variable. And we're just going to see if we are grounded or not. Is moving on ground. There we go. Oh, someone sent a link. Perfect. I regret trying to do rain in Unreal, caused the game to crash. Oh, wow. Can you rate my combo like a 30? I can't rate it right now because I'm worried if I try to watch a video, it will ruin the stream. Okay, so whoops. I'm just gonna use this for now if it is not equal. Which transition was that? Actually, no, we don't want that at all. This one. If moving on grounds is this for back? Is true. And if we're not moving on the ground. So this is gonna make it so we kind of just fall off and do our float. We're floating right now. That's quite funny. This transition here, we will do when jump is false. Just for now. Let's test it. Cool. It's not perfect, but we can work on the transition timing. If you're on later on the stream, would you be willing to lend a hand in ideas that could be experimented on and translated into UE4 in stealth games? Whoa, I gotta fix the collision. Send the messages on Discord. I'll be able to reply there. So let's test this out. So we go for a run. Let me full screen this. Go for a run, do an inch jump, and we do our fall. That's pretty cool. I don't have like a backflip yet, but we can just flip around, which is nice. And we can actually attack. Check this out. So you can like jump and attack because of the blend we did before, which is very cool. Especially for the short time that we've been doing this. I'm not sure how long the live stream's been going for, but this is very cool to have already. Now we just need some projectiles and we need to smooth out the transitions and change things like the play rates and all that stuff. Let's see some of the comments. Blueprints are interesting. It's kind of like logic trees. I'm not really sure how to define them as logic trees or anything. I think of the AI behavior trees a bit more like logic trees, but yeah, essentially like they're just a bunch of fun nodes and they all have logic behind them, and it helps knowing programming going into using blueprints. So it's quite fun. What else do we have? Do what I did, follow Matt's. 51 minutes we've been going for. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let me make just a flat piece of land just to test something. Because at the moment, everything's on this uneven surface. Whoops, missed the mark. Here we go. That's cool. So now that we've got this jumping in, and we've got the running, we can run back, left to right. Cool. So now that we've got these features in, how do you feel about the camera angle? Oh, and something else we need to put in is, yeah, the glare. You guys, you don't know glare. Where's my post-processing volume? Let's get into this. Just for fun. Just to annoy you. There we go. How's that? That's some real good. That's some good glare. Someone's gonna join the live stream and be really confused. Like, why are you doing this, man? Where's the... Yeah. Alright, let me get rid of that. I don't think it auto-saves, hopefully. Okay, good. Alright. Your Australian internet is holding back my American gigabit. Sorry about that. Just, yeah. It's not great. But it's working, kind of. Okay, so... Who needs eyesight? Exactly. Now that we've got some basics, should we make this guy actually shoot something? As opposed to just kind of making a nice gesture to the air. I also need a bow sometime. I'll have to make one of those. I'm gonna get Ray to make one of those. Australian internet is top-notch stuff. Watching it in 240p. Oh, too funny. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should really close Spotify. I'm not actually using Spotify, so let's get rid of that. In terms of the projectile, we can do a few things. I like to use... let's actually go to the animation montage. So if I go to the montage... We could spawn the projectile here, which is quite cool. We can call an event. So if you go down here, we could actually just add a notify spawn projectile, for example. And then we would just have to tell it in the event graph where the projectile should spawn from. Actually, you already have a bow. Use your indie dev bow from the VR game and trick it down to size. You're right, I do. This is why I live stream. There's so many smart ideas. Great. That's awesome. Good idea. Hey, Mr. Mintman. How's it going? So the character throws swords in this game, right? That's the first game a month. I forget the name of that game. I think it was called Skeleton something. Skeleton Rush? Skeleton... I forget the name of it. Anyway, why are we talking about that? Let's add a Skeleton Dash. Thank you. Thank you, Benjamin. I can't believe I forget the name of something I created. Spawn projectile location. This is going to be the location we'll spawn the bow from. It looks kind of funny that our character's always falling. We'll fix that later. So I'm going to add this. Well, it doesn't really matter. Oh, it does matter. It does matter where I add that, actually. Forget what I just said. Oh, I already have a weapon spawn location. That's interesting. So I'm just going to put it here for now. And we're just going to make the projectile spawn out of here just for testing purposes. So we called that spawn projectile location. And now we can use this kind of scene vector over here. So let's add a notify. And we're going to call this... shoot bow. Why not? Now, the reason why I like to put it here, have a look at this. We can actually time the exact moment that the character lets go and then call shoot bow. Or we can make it around the rough time. So say we put it here. So instead of calling it at the start of the animation, we'll call it when they shoot the bow. So this should be cool. The character shoots sausage dog balloons. Hey, if you want to model that, I could put like a secret code in the game. Make sure the camera is in line with the projectile spawn location. Oh yeah, we'll make sure that all works. This is the node I was talking about before. Oh, thank you, Albert. I'll have a look after the stream. I don't want to open Chrome just in case something happens. Something bad happens. Hey, I just realized the camera is quite far down, isn't it? We'll work on that after. I should, you know what? I'm gonna follow. Someone just said something really smart. Let's just put that there for now. Okay. So, let's go and call shoot bow. And we call shoot bow here. So we're going to spawn a projectile. What is this game about? It's going to be a boss battle game. So we're working on the movement. So run back, left, right, jump, and shoot. This game is going to use the butt cam. I don't know if it will. Do you want to keep it? Are you going to show us how to do ragdoll death animation? Oh, ragdoll death animation. That's quite simple. You literally just simulate physics. Like, hold on. Let me do this. I'm gonna right click. Yeah, left click. No, right click. There we go. Right mouse button. Sorry, that's the official way you say it. So you just go to your mesh, right? You activate ragdoll. So where's custom? Whoops, ragdoll. I'm blind today. Where is it? There it is. You just go onto your mesh. You type in set simulate physics. And the character should kind of just... That's actually quite fun. Hold on. Yeah, that's it. That's how you do ragdolls. It's very simple. Hold on, let me get an epic. And they fell through the map. So yeah, it's a very simple thing to do. You just change it to ragdoll here. You know what? We'll probably make the character ragdoll when they get smashed by the enemy. But that's quite fun to add in. I'm gonna keep it there for now because I might just randomly do it for fun. Oh, thank you, Wholesome Games. I'm glad you enjoy my videos. And now for the get up animation. Oh gosh. If someone wants to make one of those, go ahead. Okay. We are going to actually do the shooting, and that might be the last thing we do. So let's have a look. Let's go to blueprints. I'm gonna add a class as an actor, BP underscore arrow projectile. And let's just add a very simple cube for now, because why not? Whoops. My editor's froze. Hopefully everything is okay and it's not gonna crash. Okay, let me just save everything. That was concerning. Alright, we're good, we're back. Let me see how big that is in game. Where's our character? Namikaze, do you think having a big scope for a game is beneficial? It's really hard to say if it is or isn't. It depends on the size of your team, your skill levels, how much development time you have, how much budget. So yeah, it's really depends on so many different variables. I couldn't give you a good answer. Having a big scope could completely ruin your team and everything you're trying to achieve, or it could give your team something to strive towards and create a great game. So you got to figure out what your goals are and your objectives, and also figure out if you can achieve those with the resources you have available. Hope that was useful. You don't control S. I do not control S constantly. I should. I love this save all button. But I'm really worried. Like I think I need more RAM. I already have 16 gigs or something like that of RAM, and I have a good CPU and graphics card, but yeah, Unreal is really taxing. Okay, let's get into this projectile. So projectile is quite simple. We simply add the projectile movement, which is amazing because doing this yourself is just a lot of effort. Some of the features in here are crazy. So let's just go for a very small speed for now. We're gonna turn off gravity. And I'm just gonna disable them if they fly for too long. So I'm gonna go to the is it life? I thought it was oh, wrong tab. Lifespan. 2 seconds. Hey Alex, how's it going? I hit save all the time. Yeah, it's a good habit though. It's a good habit to save. That should be a game developer meme. Let me see what else was being written. You want pay nice to keep my project on a USB drive. Oh my gosh. When I was teaching, we had this thing where we would constantly had to tell students, like, they would come to us and say, sir, my project's running slow. And would say, oh really? Let me see what you're doing. And would see a USB stuck into their computer. And would say, are you running Unity off your USB? And they'll be, yeah, like, yep. It's like, oh, well, no wonder it's running slow. Like, you don't do that. That's horrible. When I first tried video game design 14 years ago, I learnt the hard way to always save. Yes, outside of that, repositories, right? Like, whatever you use, I don't care what you use. If you use Perforce or Git, have an online repository. Okay, so we got our projectile. Let's actually spawn it. So what are we doing here? Oh, right here. So I'm gonna spawn projectile. Wait, what am I doing? Spawn actor, silly me. We're gonna get to the player. We're going to access the variable, which is the spawn projectile location. So let's get spawn projectile, Maybe I have to save it. Oh, I know what's wrong. Hold on. Am I casting to character? Oh, okay. Let me just fix this up. Let me cast to my actual third-person character. That will give me full access to every variable the character holds. When I talk and do this, it sounds way more complicated than it is, doesn't it? Like, let me get every variable it holds. It's not that complicated. Let me refresh this and get player again. So I'm accessing the third person character, and I should be able to get spawn projectile. Weird. You know what? I might have to... Oh, okay. This reference is outdated. Let me update this reference. Third person character. So sometimes in Unreal, not all the variables update necessarily, which can be a bit annoying if you're not paying attention to them. So now if I compile that, I should be able to do spawn. Yes. Okay, great. So spawn projectile location, and that's going to get the transform. So we're going to get the transform, straighten that out, and pass that into here. And then we're going to get the arrow projectile. Cool. Whoa, there's a lot of comments. Set up that gets. How did you get the floating rock animation? I will show you in a second. Let me see if this works. Oh, I pressed right click. I forgot I had that. Okay. Cool. It works. Actually, it works. Oh, I've got to get rid of that. Cool. There we go. So we don't have a crosshair. So, you know, it's going to be hard to aim. But we have it, so we can shoot a projectile now, which is cool. Something we didn't have before. So let's jump and shoot. That's cool. Jump, flip, shoot. Ah, that's so cool. Where is the bow? So this is like... Yeah, I only just started putting this together and I don't have a bow. So that's why there's no bow. Hey RTR Gaming. How many people are on this stream? I can't actually see because I only have this little chat window. So I have no idea who's watching. Oh wow, 88 people. That's insane. Whoa. That's cool. Why is the character floating? Because we haven't... It's probably because we just need to move the character up. So let me see. Oh wait, not up. Oh, did I just ragdoll again? We need to move the character down. So let's test that out. I also don't have the geometry fully set up yet. So that's another reason why. But yeah, let's go back to that shooting, because that's what I was actually testing. Cool. So what we have now, like, obviously, you know, we want to polish it and make it better and all that stuff. But we can actually begin making like a boss battle now, which is very exciting. And we can fix the collision so we don't fall through the map. It's fun to make games. We also probably want to speed up the projectile a bit. Okay, let me see what... Whoa, this chat's going... There's a lot of things happening. Oh, it's because everyone's writing numbers. Why is everyone writing numbers? I wonder. For the moment, I'm going to disable the ragdoll, just because I keep on clicking it by mistake. And let's speed up the projectile just a little bit. Well, a lot. We'll see what happens. Boss fight design. Now you've caught my interest. That feels a bit better. Yeah, that feels a lot better now to shoot. Nice. So, make a grappling hook. I feel like everyone wants a grappling hook whenever I make anything. I mean, it is a cool idea, right? Okay, let's actually maybe shoot something. What's the time? 10:30. Oh wow, the stream's been going for a while, hasn't it? Can anyone tell me the actual time the stream's been going on for? Oh wait, I actually have the stats here. It says 1 hour and 12 minutes. Cool. Grappling hooks make every game 30% better. Oh, Spider-Man. That'd be cool. But we gotta actually make the boss battle first. You know what we could do? Archery with Spider-Man, web slinging. This is a joke, by the way. I don't think I have the time, but archery, Spider-Man, web slinging, and a big boss that you zoom around and you shoot the weak points. It's not gonna happen probably, but that'd be cool. Okay. Let's make this projectile actually do something. Yeah, why was everyone posting numbers? I'm curious. If you need help with Spider-Man swing physics, I posted how to do it in Discord like a year ago. Oh, thanks Unchained Blue. I'll have a look. If we end up doing... We probably won't do it. Add Battle Royale mechanics. Yeah, guys, so what's going to happen is... where's my player? We're actually going to make a Battle Royale now. So we're gonna start up here, hit play, and we're gonna fall onto the map. And then we're gonna start the fight. But the difference with my one is, you know, you can shoot on your way down. No, we're not doing that. Actually, just for fun. Mid-air ragdoll. Here we go. There we go. Okay. That's enough of that. Let's actually do something productive. Oh, under the map. Not meant to see that. It's scary down here. Okay. Bad size. There we go. Now... the numbers were everyone's unsynced viewer counts. Oh, I see, Fishy, thanks. You're expecting a bounce. I expected it to clip through the floor as well. I'm surprised it didn't. So, the last thing we'll do while we're here is make it so, oh, I forgot to get rid of the the ragdoll. Oh well. Let's make it, let's see. Yeah, let's add something in to shoot. Just to kind of finalize what we're doing here. Why not? So let's go into our blueprints folder. Add an actor. Oh, you know it'd be fun? A destructible mesh, but I can't enable apex destruction because then I'm gonna have to reload Unreal. And this, yeah, I don't want to risk that, so we'll just do a normal cube. Arrow test cube. Any plugins? I feel like I got this question last time. Andrea from Tokyo. Oh, are you actually from Tokyo? Because I'm jealous. I love Japan. Plugins. Plugins. I don't really have any plugins to share. There is one great plugin. It's called the VR expansion plugin. And the guy who made that is phenomenal. So if you're using, if you're doing VR, I recommend that. Why don't you want to risk reloading Unreal? I don't want to crash the stream. That is my main goal. I'm from Italy, but I live in Japan. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I visited Japan, and it's a wonderful place. Okay, let's simulate physics. So this is going to be the cube we're going to smash around. How do you find inspiration for your ideas? I just consume a lot of content, different games and different media, and luckily ideas come into my mind. It's really weird. There's no scientific progress, unfortunately. I wish there was. I have methods for coming up with ideas for brainstorms, but some of my best ideas are when I get a ton of inspiration from movies and games and all that, and I'll be doing something really mundane, like walking, or just like laying down, and I'll get an idea in my head and I have to write it down. So yeah, it's a bit unreliable sometimes. That's not for all ideas, of course. It's just specific ideas, like game ideas sometimes. I need to be in the right kind of environment. It's weird, I don't know. What were we doing? We were doing the projectile. So the projectile, it is a component. So let's chuck that there and let's make it hit event. This should move, right? There we go, cool. What? Wait, what? Wait, what? Did I just mess something up? Oh, I know what I messed up. I know exactly what I messed up. It's this. Let me fix this up real quick. What movies do you recommend? Oh gosh, that's a hard one. Anything you really like. Studio Ghibli films are great, but it depends on what you're making. If you're making like a assassin game, you might want to watch John Wick, so I don't know. Where's my projectile? 1.25. Okay, this is tedious, but I'm just going to do this for now, just for testing, and I'll have a better solution later. I'm just going to copy these scale values into here. Okay, there we go. Now they're facing the wrong way, so let's fix that up. Small projectile location. Oh, okay, I know what to do here. So the rotation of this must be off. Let me just find the exact rotation we need. Oh, sorry, it wasn't off. I think what we need to do is set a variable called rotation follows velocity. Huh, my arrow's being a bit weird now. We'll figure that out in a sec. And they get stuck. That's interesting. Let's fix that up. Let's reset this all to 1. Oh, actually, I'm curious
Howdy, stranger.
about something. Let me see the comments. Wow, there's so many great things here. Okay, like, that was a lazy answer by me in terms of ideas. Realistically, I recommend checking out Raf Costa. He has this kind of... He has these concepts of how to come up with ideas. So type in... Actually, you know what? Raf Costa. I think he has a GDC talk. And his whole kind of thesis on it is... Take something familiar and you need to see things that are familiar to you in an unfamiliar way. So rather than just, like, here's a good example. A first-person shooter. We all know what a first-person shooter is. So how can you innovate on a first-person shooter when you already have these biases and you already have a vision of what a first-person shooter is? So he has all these different methods and questions he asks to look at a first-person shooter like it's new again, like that you don't even know what a first-person shooter is. And it opens up your mind to look at genres that are established, that you have all these ideas and years of experience in a new light. So look up Raf Costa. It's really good. Yeah, make the unfamiliar and yeah. Thanks, Jeff. Have you ever tried getting up from ragdoll? I've never tried that. Is it set 90 degrees in the blueprint? It might be. Let me just... There's so many interesting discussions here. So I'm using the spawn projectile location. So ever since I made the... you know what? Let me just... Can I undo a few steps? Unfortunately not. Oh wait, maybe I can. Let me get this new scene object. Ah, damn. Oh, there we go. Cool. Okay. Now let me fix this up. That was an amazing explanation. That was a rushed explanation, but I'm glad it was useful. Okay, there we go. It's fixed now. Oh, cool. It flew away. Can we really make a living by game dev? It's not so much the game dev you should necessarily be worried about. It's you need a kind of business mindset, right? So you could technically make a living off game dev, but you need to be able to build a business around what you do. So you need let's say your business strategy is, I'm going to make a game and sell it. Well, maybe you have money saved up and you sell your game. This is a very high risk kind of business strategy because you're gambling everything on your game selling well, even though, say, you may not have released a game before. So like the way I look at it is, how can you develop games in a way that brings in money so you can support yourself and live? And maybe a better strategy is work full-time and develop games on the side. And if you can make games that do quite well, then you might be able to transition into making games full-time. And that's a really simple thing, right? There could be another whole different method as well. You might actually get some friends together and make a small... you might make a small business where you produce assets for other games, and that gives you all money. This is what Rocket League did. They were producing games for other people and assets, and in the background they were working on Rocket League. I recommend checking out the documentary. So they kind of built up what they called a war chest, and while they had people working on the assets and the games, they were developing Rocket League in the background. And when they released Rocket League, it turned out so well. I'm pretty sure their entire development team now focuses on supporting Rocket League, which is really cool. Digital Extremes did something similar. They made Warframe. They worked on... let me think. They were working on kind of they were working on games full time, not just assets, but they weren't the games they wanted to make. They were games that publishers wanted them to make to promote certain things. And they ended up getting a small team together to work on Warframe. And the model worked so well for them that they're all working on Warframe full time. So I don't think they were banking on it being a success, but the thing is they had a business strategy where they were still getting cash flow. So I'm learning myself, but from what I've learnt, you need cash flow, and the cash flow is what sustains you. So if you don't have cash flow, like say me right now sitting here doing this live stream, we're having such a great time and we're working on this game. If I didn't have some type of cash flow, I wouldn't be able to sit here and say live stream. I'd be trying to make that work. So you need some form of money coming in, which you can then use to enable you to do other things. That's kind of why people say it's hard to do a business without money. You don't want that stress of not being able to, say, provide for yourself or your family. No one wants that financial stress. So figure out a way with your skill set that you could have some type of cash flow in. So maybe some type of week-to-week money coming in whilst you work on your dream of, say, being a game developer. That's like the best thing I could really say. And once again, I'm a novice to all this. I'm still learning. So, you know, I recommend looking up to other people. I think the guy's name is Sam Ovens. He has a really good business channel, so check him out. It's not game dev, but it's business. Okay, so what did we achieve tonight? We can jump, we can run around, we can run in each direction, run backwards, and we can shoot the arrow. This is great. I can actually work on this, and next time we do the live stream, we're gonna be doing the boss battle. So I'm gonna work on this on the outside. I think Raymond is working on the character. Hopefully he's working on the character. I've got to ask him about that. And in the next stream, we're going to be doing a boss battle. So that's going to be quite fun. So I'm going to have everything prepared. So we have the assets ready. And we're just going to use the assets and begin blueprinting it out, designing it. And if you guys are interested, I'd love to have you along to work with me alongside on the design. Just like today, we worked together on the camera and some of the movement and all that. But yeah, thanks so much for checking out the stream. I have no idea. I still don't understand why people watch any of my stuff, but it's very cool. What's the time? 1 hour and 28 minutes. I did not fix that. I will fix it. I'll fix it outside the stream. Can't wait till this one is done. Me either. It's fun. Hey Pokang, because you're so... Oh gosh. No. Thank you. That's very kind. But you know. Thank you so much. I enjoy it. It's good content for learning. Thanks, Wonderful Beans. Yeah, I have something really exciting that I can't share with you all yet, but I want to share it with you sometime soon. Oh, by the way, I actually made a stream schedule because I've learned that it's important to be consistent. So I'm going to be streaming on Tuesday and Thursday. Oh, this is Australian time. Sorry if it doesn't translate well for you guys, but Tuesday 9 till around 10:30, and then Thursday AEST. Yeah, that's correct. 9 till 10:30. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm testing my mobile data to see if it can sustain itself. So yeah, thanks Despacito. I can't say that. Despacito. Hopefully, I don't know. I try my best. I'm gonna call you DS from now on. But thank you. Oh, by the way, your robot is really cool that you made. I saw it. It's fantastic. I'll assume that means I'll be up for... Oh gosh, no, you need to sleep. What time is it where you are? So it's 10:47 here at the moment. Yeah, so that was the live stream today. So for Thursday, I'm either going to live stream this game or Zara and the Guardian. It just depends on which one I kind of feel like streaming the most and I made the most progress on. So yeah, we'll come to that in time. If you're not aware, we have a Discord as well. I'll put a link below this video after the stream ends. So feel free to join our Discord. I'm not sure if someone here in the Discord could actually post the Discord here, but if you could. Oh, sorry, Nosi, Pokey, and everyone. Oh, thank you, Fishy. So that's the Discord. So if you want to join, we talk a lot there. Everyone is pretty friendly, and there's a lot of great support. I'm trying to be more active than I have been in the past. So yeah, if you want to talk on there, I can't promise I'll get back to you straight away, but I'll always try and read and comment back. But if you have problems with development or design, everyone is really friendly, so check it out. I'm gonna get some water, 1 second. All right. So I think that's the end of the stream. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a good night or good day. I'm not sure where you live, but you know, whatever it is, I hope you have a great day or night, and I will see you on the next stream. Thanks so much.